On the Edge, Book 2 of the Edge series, written by C.D. Reiss, performed by Maxine Mitchell and Joe Arden. Part 1. Peacetime. Chapter 1. A woman in Sweden was walking with her son in her arms. He was 3, and they were having a serious discussion about the shape of the clouds as they crossed the street. In the story, her upturned face was the reason given for why she wasn't looking where she was going. They got halfway across and stepped up onto the median in the middle of the crosswalk's length, but the mother did not accurately predict the end of the curb. When her foot dropped 6 inches she didn't expect, she tried to keep her balance by taking an extra big step her arms weren't prepared for, and in the forward thrust, she lost her grip on her son. The driver making a left turn had calculated his radius to avoid the woman, but the flying boy was a surprise. The toddler couldn't be avoided and wound up under the front wheel. The mother, in an act of what's called hysterical strength, picked up the car enough for the driver, who had exited his vehicle in a panic, to free the boy. He was crying in his mother's arms within a few seconds. Once her brain registered pain, she found she'd shattered 5 teeth and fractured her jaw from clenching it as she lifted the car. The important detail in this story that no one ever misses is that the car was a Volkswagen. But the detail they always miss is that it was an old Beetle, with the engine in the back. There's only so much a person could do with what they're given. Could she have lifted the back of the VW? Or a Ford? I'd like to think she'd have tried. I'd like to think it may have cost her a vertebra or two, but nothing would have kept her from using her body to leverage inhuman weight for her kid. I reminded myself that my naked husband wasn't as heavy as a car. I needed to get him out of that cold basement. His eyes were open, but his body was completely slack, as if his cells and blood had lost the will to obey his mind. He recognized me, and I recognized him. He was another person. Not the man I'd married, not the man who'd fucked me with a distant, commanding voice. He was the man I saw in my husband's deepest kindnesses, in the rare moments of confusion, in the broken descriptions of his life with his parents. This was Damon. I didn't know what the name meant or where it came from, but I knew who I was talking to. "Can you walk?" I asked. He blinked, shutting out the sky for a moment, then looked right through me. Not in the way Caden had in all the time I'd known him. Not to pierce, but to caress and comfort. I was more sure than ever that this was not Caden.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?